What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Renegade Mental Health Checkup. We haven't done one of these in a while.
Wow. It's been a minute.
Yeah. My name is Mike. I'll be your host for this evening. Joining me most often is Brock.
Yo, I haven't been on one of these, I think, in like almost a year.
Yeah, wow.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Because
It's been that long.
it has been, because it's coming up when I bought my car, and it's going to come up when I took out the loan for my house. That was like the weekend after I was on the first podcast, so it's coming up.
Wow. Jeez.
And
Yeah.
speaking of long returns, this is actually the first time that Kiona has been on a mental health podcast since his departure from the website.
Is it? Oh wow. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I guess so.
So,
I guess so. Yeah.
there's no real structure to these podcasts.
No.
It's basically the same format as the free for all, in that there are no rules. We just hit record and go.
Mm-hmm.
But since I already kind of briefly addressed the elephant in the room, Kiona, you haven't been with us since I believe you recorded that other mental health show in like either May or June. So
Yeah, I think it's been June. Well, I mean, yeah.
So
That was the
tell
one
us
where I left.
So what have you been up to since then?
What have I been up to? Not a whole heck of a lot, to be honest. I mean, I've been trying to launch my own kind of podcast, but it hasn't really been working out because there always is like a technical problem or something that always happens. So I'm not really sure why that's going on, but and trying to get it set up has been just a pain in my neck. So Anchor has not been as cooperative as it was when we set this one up for some reason. Don't know why that's going on, but maybe it's just a thing with my email or something. But
And also, maybe they could have switched things around with
yeah, it could be
posting
that
stuff.
Yeah.
like they do
So they do. So that's been a little bit hard. But we're working on it. I have some guests lined up for that show. So basically that show, if anybody's interested, is called The Meltdown, because I had a meltdown. So that was why I came up with that name for it.
That works.
But I think that it's kind of an interesting title too, because it kind of fits where I'm at in my life, and just like where things have been for a while. Like I actually got kind of injured in June also. So I it's very embarrassing. Slipped and fell in a Target, for God's sake. But I tweaked my knee really badly. Like when I fell, I kind of skid on it, and so like it kind of there's like a little. It feels like a ligament injury or something. I didn't even go to the doctor or anything because I don't have health coverage, so I'm just like, I don't know. But so that's been fun. I'm still kind of recovering from that, and still not able to walk 100% well. So it's been a while since I've been able to do much of anything outside the house, which is fine because COVID in Florida is no joke.
Yeah,
But,
they don't care.
Yeah, so it's just been good to just stay at home and try to rest, try to relax, and try to recuperate a little bit. It's getting better though.
Good.
So that happened. That didn't put me in a winning mood exactly, but life is ups and downs, and so I just think I kind of hit that point with the last mental health show that we recorded, the last one that I was on. I think I was just at that point where it was time to move on in a way, but also I'm still here, so I don't really know. I think I just needed a break from everything. I'm trying to remember exactly what was going on because it's been a few months, but I think for me personally, just had to refocus and kind of find my center again. And I also want to start that new show up and make it kind of a one-on-one interview show. So, and I hope to have you guys on it too if you guys want to come on it.
I would love to
Absolutely.
be on.
We can totally talk about stuff. And it's kind of like this mental health podcast. It's that same sort of thing where it's focused on mental health, but it's also focused on the things that we like and how they kind of get us through, life and the ups and downs that we face. So that's kind of my idea. Once I get this thing up and running, I don't know why it's hard to get it up and running, but maybe just part of me just doesn't want to, fully break away or something. But
it happens, man.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just all technicalities. So the desire is there. It's just sometimes I just don't, I'm just like, oh, why do I even do it? But
trust me, I know
because I want to do it.
I know how that feels sometimes. Where like you have this project where it's something you're passionate about, but just for whatever reason, like you can't necessarily manifest it.
Yeah.
Like something that I've been trying to get out for a while was, like pretty much everyone knows that one show that I've been kind of obsessed with is The Owl House, and
Nice.
I've been trying to write out an editorial about my thoughts on the show so far, and I've been stuck with probably the worst case of writer's block that I've had in a while.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not like I didn't have enough to say. It's that I had too much to say, and that just on top of everything else that I'm dealing with, it's kind of made it hard to turn into something concrete. Although luckily the next Renegade animation podcast, Cameron and I finally get to talk about the show. So that'll
nice.
Yeah, so that'll hold people over until, I guess, either the end of the season or the end of the series, because Disney has kind of pulled a Disney and cut this one short.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't like to set. What's the old rule? You only get however many episodes.
The rule is 65 episodes because that's the minimum amount that you need for syndication.
Oh,
okay. So I remember they made a joke about it on Kim Possible because one of the players' jersey number was the exact number of episodes you were allowed.
I forgot about that.
So what have you been dealing with, Mike? What's been going on for you?
Well, this summer has been it's been tough. I had two pretty big deaths in the family.
Oh no.
One of them was
so
my great aunt on my grandma's side, my mom's grandma. She was a nun that lived in Wyoming.
Oh wow.
And for the last couple years, she was with hospice, and she's been suffering from she's been suffering Alzheimer's.
Oh.
So in her last year, she she lost the ability to speak. She was so she hasn't really been communicating outside of the occasional FaceTime with some members of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And I can imagine with COVID and everything, it's been even more difficult.
Yeah.
So that's one. The other one, pretty much within a month, was my great uncle Albert, or Alfred, who passed away at the age of 88. So Yeah, and the funeral was just like last month. It was, it was a nice, a nice funeral. I'm glad I got to see a lot of my local family, but yeah, those two plus just work, like my day job being just ridiculously taxing both in time and energy has kind of just put me in a very sour mood this summer.
Yeah, understandable. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that, Mike.
That sucks, dude. I had no idea that was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something I bring up often publicly.
Sure.
Gotcha.
So with all that said, Brock, how have you been doing lately?
Lately, I've actually had a lot go on in my life since the last mental health podcast. It's shocker. It's been a year. I got my name changed legally.
That's right.
And I went through a big thing of just figuring out what different things I was not happy with. And like, I do not have a good relationship with my father, who actually died like 3 months after I changed my name.
Oh.
And everyone who knew about the name change was not upset with me, outside of a person who I will try to keep my calmness when I bring her up in a conversation of something that literally just happened a day ago. She considered herself my stepmother, but not my stepmother, was upset about it. Nobody else was, because everybody knew the situation of what I went through when I was younger. Everyone came out of the woodwork, was unbelievably supportive, and I had changed my name. Originally, I was thinking I'm going to change it to my mom's maiden name. Well, no, initially I was like, okay, I'm going to change it to whoever I get married to. But then I'm like, in my head, people don't know how to date nowadays. If you have one fight, you break up or you get divorced. I'm not being stuck with someone else's last name. Then I thought, okay, I'll do my mom's maiden name. There was a kid in town that has the exact first name as me, would have the exact last name as me, is my height, has the same eye color, hair color, and everything, and lives 2 minutes from me. That would have turned into financial and mailing nightmare.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
Then I was thinking, okay, my stepdad, Jeff, his last name. And then I thought to myself, Jeff and me and Jeff have always had a conversation, an understanding. He met me when I was 18. Jeff does not consider me his kid because he met me as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never upset with him because he explained it in a way that I didn't grow up with you. And I don't want me acting like I'm your father saying you can't make certain decisions when I wasn't there for you when you were younger. I don't know what your life was. It's all this. Like my nieces and nephews, he treats them as his grandkids and treats them like absolute, as best you can. Treats my mom like royalty. Absolute great dude. It's just that we're a weird area because I was the youngest one. And then my sisters both had kids when they met. Mm-hmm. And it's like, we just weird. So then, and I barely know any of his family outside of him because they all live like on opposite parts of the country. So that was never a big deal. And I found out after I changed the name that he actually would have questioned it if I changed the name because he thought it would have been weird. So that was fine. And then my youth pastor, who has been a father figure to me for like 16 years, I just randomly asked the question to his wife because she calls me her son. He calls me son. Their kids have drawn me and these two other guys that have been close for, like I said, 16 years in the family pictures with them at school. Like they actually talk to other people that don't know and refer to us as their brothers. They don't explain that it's not whatever. They have to ask afterwards to explain because it doesn't make sense, obviously. But, and then I just asked and she was like, I have no issues with it. And then I went and asked him and he had no issues. And I told my mom and she almost teared up and she said she thought it was a great idea. I know everything that Luke and that family has done for you. Absolutely. And then I had, for those that don't know, the last name that he got changed to is Hatfield. I had a great discussion with his dad where I got to spend time with them about 2 or 3 times a year, go down there to visit. And then all of a sudden they wanted to go out to eat. And over the phone, I'm hearing about how both of them want to see me again since we've done this. And we went to Buffalo Wild Wings because his dad sits down right next to me. He's like, all right, so you're going to get answered some really dumb questions from now on. And here's how you're going to answer them. If they ask you if you know any McCoys, you need to respond, I don't. Do you? And if they say yes, you need to ask where they live. But yeah, there's that. And then since then my dad passed away, and that kind of, I shut off. It was my last interaction I had with basically everyone in the Emmerich family, which was my old last name. I went there not knowing how that was going to go, because most of them had not seen me in over 10 years, because they sided with my father and then found out later what really happened. And then just didn't try to recontact with me. And outside of about 3 people that I knew were just going to be jerks because they were jerks when we were getting along, everyone welcomed me back. It was great. They just were happy that I was happy and doing well. And they're like, we know you guys didn't get along, but we're happy that you at least came here to say goodbye. And all of them were like, keep in touch, please. We haven't seen you in forever. We just want to know you're doing okay. And then the part of what's been bugging me lately, which I'll get to that, and then I'll get to this stuff beforehand because it ties in. Like I said, my dad died recently, and it was just, it's whatever. He understood where I stood. I understood where I stood. And then my sister Jenna, who I love with all my heart, love her with everything, it's just one of those things where, you know how it says in the Bible, it's like respect your parents. She's terrified that she's going to go to hell if she didn't get along with my dad. Just absolutely terrified. I'm not going to discredit her for all this stuff, trying to get along with my dad. It's whatever. It's her relationship. Is her relationship. But she would also stick up for my stepmom, who behind my father's back, when I was trying to get along with them, was just unearthly cruel to me and to my sister. Done things that would make most people want to throw up when I speak about them. And Jenna, because she cannot stand to not please people, just put up with it. And when right before I recorded the Life is Strange video with you today, Kiona, I got a message from my mom that small town living. Here we go, boys. My stepmom is sisters with that was on my dad's side. On my mom's side, with my aunt. So an aunt, like these 2 sisters, one married my dad like 10 years after one had already married my uncle on my mom's side. In my opinion, that should be illegal, but since they're on 2 different sides of the family, no blood relations, it's just really weird for me. So my mom, to support the sister on her side of the family, went to both of these 2 sisters, my aunt and was stepmom. Their dad died recently. He slipped and fell and had COVID complications, so he died. And she went there to support my aunt Julia. Get there, my sister Jenna's there. Both the kids that are from the other side of the country of Jeff's are there to support Julia. And my stepmom, who is just yesterday or the day before this week, told my sister Jenna that she could never see herself loving another man and she's going to live single for the rest of her life, showed up with a new guy. And openly said at a table sitting next to my sister, to all of my family who she's been spreading lies about, said that I'm just really thinking I'm going to change my name back as soon as I can so that I'm not Emmerich anymore. Like I had no feeling, like I said, just star-crossed. I had nothing left for me and my dad. And in that moment, I wanted to wring her neck for respect for my dad, who I had no care or love and feeling for in that moment. So that kind of killed my mood. But it's like, I didn't like this woman at all. I knew how she really was. And I just only really kind of felt bad because it was my sister that was going through it. And that had to be the way my sister finally got the nail in the coffin, that she was terrible. So I'm more upset because my sister is finally upset, kind of things. It's just, I hate terrible people. It is not a concept that I can put into my head, how a person can just be okay with themselves with being terrible. I don't get it. And I get that's just how some people operate. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. If I think I spoke to someone incorrectly, I can't sleep at night because I feel like I need to apologize for them. And it could have been something that they did incorrectly that they just took that I said wrong, and then will tell me the next day that I didn't do anything wrong. I just don't see how people can be like that. It blows my mind. I can't fathom it. But outside of stupid family drama,
Well, that's complicated.
It's complicated.
Oh
I get it. It's
gosh.
complicated. This is the first time I've actually had to talk with people because it literally happened. The latter part of that happened yesterday.
That's such a thing to deal with. I'm so sorry, man.
It's all right. It like I said, it's not a thing that affected me. I knew that she was a piece of trash. It's just now that my sister, who is a lot more emotional than me, it's all going to finally hit her like a truck at once, because all these times I've been arguing with her that she's like this, and now she finally is going to know she's like this. But my cousin Stephanie is my hero. She was openly messaged all of us, and she's like, by the way, if there was a way that I could have just ended her at that wake and no one found out about it, I would have did it for your sister. I'm like, I love you, Stephanie. I love you so much. And that's technically her aunt, because like I said, it's the whole stupid small town relations. But the thing that's been bugging me, and I'm getting better at it, and it's what actually killed me being on Twitch for a while. And it's going to come as a shock to both of you because I collaborate with both of you a lot. For about a year, and it's gotten better with some shows like the Fresh Takes that we did with Gurren. It went away for a while with that, and some other things. And it's just and I don't know if it's just me being overcritical of myself. In a lot of situations, I don't think I'm a good content creator, like whatsoever. And it's like, I don't know if it's just me being overcritical of rewatching stuff when I edit it or what, but it's like the hate your voice thing that everyone has that, like that get past easy. That. But it's like, I go through really bad spells of just honestly thinking that I'm bad at the thing that I just horrid at the thing that I want to be bad at or want to be good at.
Same.
And it just, I don't know. It's just like every now and then there'll be a good one that goes through, and it's like, I don't know why it goes. I don't know if I possibly need to, if it's just my dysthymia kicking back in and I need to possibly talk with someone about stuff that I'm just having a hard time finding happiness in things that I normally do. It's just, I don't know. It's just been hitting me a lot more recently, and it just kills my mood for like an entire day or like weeks at some times. And I don't know. And I'm normally pretty good at masking that I'm feeling like I'm doing a bad job when I'm in the middle of a recording, because when the camera's on, I like try my hardest to not break or do anything. But immediately once like the backstage stuff is down, I just shut it off and immediately think back to like 3 or 4 comments where I'm just like, you're a fucking moron. Why did you say that like that? That should have been in there. No one's going to watch that. It's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just been a lot of that recently.
Trust me. I feel a lot of that.
Same
like
here.
at least half of the conversations that I've had with my therapist are about things like imposter syndrome.
Yeah,
that feeling of wanting to be the more confident version of yourself. Things like that. It's stuff that I continue to struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel the same way, because for me, it's like, part of the reason why I left is because I felt that. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, and that everybody was going to see that, and why are you even trying? And, and then when I try to start up the new show, and then it always goes wrong, and then I'm like, I get frustrated again. And that's the reason why I just start flipping out, is because I'm sitting there going like, oh my God, maybe I'm just not meant to do this. Maybe it's just the universe telling me to shut up, shut my mouth, and not put anything out there, because it's like, who would have, this is my question that I always ask is, who would even listen to me? Like, why would you listen to just a show that I'm doing? Like, even if it's just an intro show, why would you listen to it? Because it's just, who am I? I'm just random, Joe Schmo person who doesn't have a following on the internet really, and doesn't really, who's going to listen to that? So I'm constantly beating myself up, and everybody knows this. And I get that feeling of like, like nothing I'm doing is good enough, and I just don't know what the point is. So that makes me want to just stop. And so when I feel that, I do kind of stop because I need to refocus and I need to recenter. Otherwise, I'm just going to be like, nothing I do is going to be good enough. And it's going to just kill my enthusiasm. And then I'll end up just walking away. And I hate that I walked away. I hate that. That doesn't make me feel good because it makes me feel like I just quit. And it just makes me feel like I left you guys with everything and all the burden of it. And so I don't feel good about that. So, honestly, I'm glad you guys have me back because I felt like I let you all down.
No, there's a thing with that where it's like I am two things with that. One, it was either on Funhouse or it was on Super Best Friends Play where there was something where they went, no, actually, I think it was James Willems on Funhouse said it, if I'm not mistaken. It was James or Bruce, where they went, it's like, I don't care what you make. Just because you don't have views right away does not mean there's not a person that will not like it. And you mentioned something like there are specific people that make art with cat hair and glue it on a board and they can eventually get 100,000 people a day to watch it. It just takes a while. Everyone out there has a specific type of thing and there is someone who is going to watch it. Like, I couldn't tell you where, when me and Mike, when we did Fresh Takes at first, I'm like, fucking nobody is going to watch that. Absolutely fucking nobody. And then the first episode came out and only like 10 people watched it. I'm like, okay, someone's searching Gurren on a random fucking Tuesday. That's fine. And then the next one got like 365 views. I'm like, what the hell? And then the next one went down to like 16. I'm like, and it's just like
it's such a random thing though.
It's half of what it is you have to hope and you have to keep at it. And it's what they were getting at is you have to know that what you want to make, never make something because you think it's going to get you something, because it will never feel genuine. You will feel like an absolute ass every time you're doing it. And you will find yourself working 10 times harder to try and make something like that because you're trying to make something you don't want to put stake in because you're not into it and you feel fake. And the other thing I was going to say is that, like, leaving Kiona, you have to borderline murder my pets in front of me to make me want to quit a job. Like, I've had 4 jobs my entire life, and most of them I've worked at, like, not because I haven't not worked. I've worked continuously since I was 14, and I'm going to be 31. Yeah. And, like, a job that I love, that I had good insurance at when I was at Pepsi, they treated us like absolute dog shit. And me and, like, 6 or 7 other guys got borderline forced out the door because we were one of the few people that were left that still did things the old way when they brought new management in. And we were like, the decisions you're making are stupid. You're going to tank this company. And they're doing the division that I did at the town that's about an hour away from here. And it is not done as good. They've given up on like 3 or 4 branches of stuff they used to do. And like, I loved that job with everything that I had. And I felt like I'd be letting them down if I left. And then I went out the door and I never felt better in my entire life. I'm not saying that that's what like Renegade is, but there's a point where even if you're doing a good thing for a company, I openly say that I didn't know how much I hated that job until I didn't have it. And again, not saying that Renegade's bad. Even if you're doing something you love, if you're not feeling like you're putting your all in, or you want to do something that's slightly different, you're not going to feel like you're correct until you reevaluate some things. My job at County Market, I loved. I worked there for the grocery store in town. I worked there for 7 years. I still loved it that I worked there. And I'm doing something I like better now. But it's no disrespect to anyone that I used to work with. Sure. And it's like, I used to do stuff for another website that I thought was going to be great. And it wasn't that I thought for the longest time, I just didn't like doing the stuff. It's just some people, even if it's doing the same thing, if it's not in the exact format of how you want to do it, like I said, it doesn't feel genuine. And again, that could be with people you like. I know plenty of people that like Funhouse, they lost like 6 people of their main group that started there, and all of them still collaborate. Most of them went on their own on Twitch and did nearly the exact same things. They're just doing it a little bit different because the literal amount of work, they wanted to do these extra things. They couldn't do it because it wasn't allowed in the work slot of everything else. They left, walked out the door, had no hard feelings, and they got sponsorships from the people they used to work with to help them do what they were doing. There was no hard feelings. It's just that it wasn't exactly how they wanted to work. And it's not like they hated the people they worked with. It's just that they wanted to go do their own stuff. It's never a bad thing. It's just that, again, it's the weirdest feeling, and it gets said a lot in professional wrestling. A good chunk of you, sometimes if you want to be successful, sometimes you have to be selfish. You can help people at all points. But at the end of the day, sometimes you're going home to live with you. Are you happy? And if you're not, it may be a good thing in your life that is not the exact way of how you want to do things that you need to look at and talk. Say, maybe I could do a little bit of this. If not, I want to do this thing. Would you guys be supportive? Absolutely. You just have to. It's really hard when you're in a situation doing things you like, but you just need tweaking and you can't figure out what it is.
Yeah. That's kind of where
it's
I'm
hard to
at
explain.
right now.
I don't know if that was just a lot of me rambling and that didn't make sense.
No, it did.
Okay.
I think I got the gist of what you're saying.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
As far as the selfish comment, the metaphor I always use is when you're on an airplane, they give you instructions of how to use the oxygen masks. They always tell you put yours on first before helping others. And that's like probably the most
really good metaphor.
It's the most succinct way to describe, the concept of prioritizing self-care.
And that was something I actually talked about with Kiona earlier today.
Yeah,
is why I loved the recent Life is Strange game so much. Is there's a moment toward the end of it where you're reliving past experiences with a girl whose brother dying is the catalyst that sets the game off, and he walks her through specific points in her life where like she's super young, like 11 and like 6. And she's going out of her way to fix stuff for everybody else. And then it gets to the point where she's getting adopted and no one's taking her and she has all these problems. And she's like, why does no one like me? He's like, you feel unwanted, right? And she's like, all I did was this, like, you were 11. It's not your job to fix everyone else. You can't always fix everyone. At the end of the day, you need to make sure you're good first, or you're not going to be able to help other people. And that's like another thing. I've been single for 29 years of my life. And recently, a lot of people that are always asking, like, I'm in a good situation, I could date people. It's just like, why don't you try? I'm like, okay, picture for all you people out there that are good at this dating thing and all that get in all these fights. They just can't figure out why. And they never sit and think about it. A lot of this, because I end up being the counselor for these people 9 times out of 10, because it's always my best friends that's dating the person. And then when they don't want to talk to their significant other, they come talk to me and I'm somehow not supposed to say it to them. I'm not happy with myself at a lot of points. How in the hell am I going to consistently make or attempt to make someone else happy if I'm not? I am going to take a person who would possibly make a great relationship for myself and then make their life a living hell and ruin the chance of what could be if I fixed myself first and then went after it. You're just asking to fail if you're going to go at something half-cocked where you're not going to be able to commit. That's in anything.
That's true.
I feel that big time. I've only been in one serious relationship in my junior year of high school. It only lasted like a couple months, and I don't want to throw this person under the bus or anything, but it was not a good relationship at all, and it was an even worse first relationship. So,
Yep.
so that was back in 2009, and it is now what, 11 years
12
later.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, like 12 years.
Mhm.
So that's how long I've been single.
Yeah, you want to hear something that'll make some. If you want to go first, I have something that'll make a little bit of levity to help you feel better about that. But Kiona, if you want to touch on this subject, go ahead.
Oh, I've never been in a relationship, period.
Oh, that'll make both of you feel better. The last serious relationship I got in a relationship with someone that I've been thinking about for a few years, and then it just mutually didn't work. Like, she found out that she was going to be much rather happy be single. And then I was upset. And my mom could tell I was upset because it was the first time I went for a relationship in probably like 6 years. And then she had a friend at work. I posted something about a birthday celebration for my mom. And then the person, who I'm not going to say their name, commented saying, "That's your son?" She's like, "Yeah." Like, "He's cute." My mom's like, "I'm aware." And he's just like, he's single. And he's just like, yeah. And he's been trampled on for most of his life by anyone who's gotten a date with because he's too nice of a guy. And just like, well, my daughter, who again won't name, like, was single, right? He's like, "Are you suggesting this? Like, she's into the same stuff. Like, she's always wanted to go to a Comic-Con. She's into this. She likes comic books. I think they get along great. I've never seen him. I didn't think about it. It's just whatever." So he sent me the Facebook profile. And it's a picture of her facing backwards, and then her group picture is of 16 people. So my mom sends me it just as a feeler, like, "Does that look like, just like, do you think she looks cute or whatever?" I'm like, "Mom, who is she?" It's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Look at her Facebook profile." She's like, "Oh, whoops."
Whoops.
So we get set up on a blind date at the first job that I ever had at this diner here in town where I was a dishwasher. And we're like, "We'll see how it feels." See her, cute looking girl. Found out that she is a narcotics officer in a town neighboring me. So she's got a great job. I'm like, okay, cute, great job, into comic books, loves watching movies. I'm like it's going to drop somewhere here. Where is the problem? This is not working out. I didn't just go out of something I've been thinking about for 3 years to have this dropped in my lap on a whim. Something's wrong. First date, we talked for hours, absolute hours. Everything went great. And she liked it because I could talk a lot and she's not a big talker. I'm like, sure. Like, I didn't figure this out until way later. And then it goes great. Took her back to my house, gave her a tour and all this. And then, like, she's going to leave. I'm like, "Would you be okay with trying this again?" She's like, "As far as a blind date goes, I don't think that could have gone any better." I'm like, okay. Then the next, like, days later, she's like, "This weekend there's a fishery benefit. Would you be okay with meeting my parents?" I'm like, "After one date, you want me to meet your parents?" She's like, "Yeah, I think it'll go well." Meet her parents, found out they were adoptive parents. Just like more going on. I was like, that's really cool. So they really are in touch with her. I'm like, cool. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Parents love me. Like, something's going to go wrong. This is always in the back of my head. I'm like, something's going to go wrong. So then everything goes fine. We have a few dates in between here and there. I got to meet some of the guys from the force of the station she works with, and they're all like, finally, some guys willing to put up with they're just like, I said her name, but it was just like, they all laughed. It's like, "Nah, she's great, this and that." I got a couple of the, if you mess with her, we're going to be able to take care of you. I'm like, I get it. And then cuts to, it was when was the year Black Panther came out?
2018.
It was the Valentine's Day weekend that Black Panther came out. That was right around when this happened. This was after about a month of us seeing each other. And then, like, we went to the big cinema, like about an hour away from me, saw it in 3D in the lounger seats, the Dream Loungers. So awesome. Just great. Went to Texas Roadhouse, had a great dinner, paid for everything, and we exchanged gifts. And then as she was going away to go to her car, I kissed her, and she turned into a golem. Stone just gone. And I'm like, I felt the temperature in the area code drop. I'm like, something's wrong. What happened? And then she's like, "No, it's fine. Everything's good." I'm like, everything is clearly not fine. You turned 3 shades. What is going on? And then it was just like, "No, we're good. We'll just, we're still hanging out next week and it's good." Texting went down, gone.
What?
It just disappeared off the face of the earth.
What?
She'd barely text me. I was lucky if I get a reply a week. I'm just like, if I did something wrong, like, just tell me. was that kiss not ready? It was a month. I thought that was waiting too long. I don't know the protocol because I barely dated anyone. And like, it was just, and my mom had asked if I did. And I'm like, what did you do? I'm like, all I did was kiss her. That was it. So then all of a sudden, like, she like just dropped all contact with me. And then the mom is consistently messaging my mom asking why we stopped talking. And I'm like, you got to talk to her. I have no idea. And then every single day, like, my mom goes into work and then the daughter is there and she's like avoiding contact with my mom. And he's just like, what's going on? What? And then she's just like, no, I wasn't avoiding contact. He's like, you don't look at me anymore. And you ghosted my son. What's going on? Can't figure it out. Literal year and a half go. Well, like, Black Panther came out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
About 5 months ago.
Oh, geez.
What the heck?
My mom and Jeff took their dogs camping at this place, Rock Dam, not too far from where I live. And then my mom made a joke about this being the situation right after it ended. So let's keep that in my mind that my mom called this out. And then all of a sudden they're sitting there and then these people come in and this person says hi to my mom. It's Chrissy. Whoop. Either way, she's never going to see this. And two of her friends come by. Like, weird. And then all of a sudden, Jeff, like, looks. My stepdad looks at my mom, looks back, kind of just chuckles. And he goes, you were right. And my mom goes, and she goes. And then later that night, my mom and Jeff are at the bar. And then the friend who was not close with this girl, obviously one was closer than the other, comes back, drunk, sitting at the bar with my mom and Jeff as they're watching sports on the TV and goes, hi, guys, I need to talk to somebody. My mom goes, why? Because they're having sex in the tent and I don't want to be around them. So my mom calls me and goes, it was never your fault. I'm like,
oh,
what are you talking? What are you talking about? She's like, with her, it was never your fault. I'm like, what are you talking about? What did I tell you as a joke was my thought for why she didn't work? I'm like, that she was a lesbian. Why? Well, I've got a story for you.
Oh no!
Oh,
wow!
That is the second time in my life that has happened.
Oh my god!
Once I had me and my best friend both dating girls at the same time. They dumped us and dated each other.
It really is the curse, man.
And the best part is she had short hair.
Oh, God.
Oh no!
I can't get away from it. I just can't.
This is the plot of Chasing Amy 2.
Exactly.
This is.
But yeah,
Oh my god!
makes you feel any better. Trying hard sometimes. I'm just like,
Oh.
every time I'm just looking, I'm like, where's the needle gonna drop? I know something's wrong. This one took years for me to find out. Oh,
Oh man!
that makes you feel any better about stuff not going right. Mine was, and then it just went through the tubes.
Wow.
So think, at least you figured it out
At
and
least
didn't have to
told
wait.
you. I mean, jeez.
I would have been perfectly okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm not packing the hardware that you want to have a fun time with. That's okay. I will not be upset. And I wasn't upset when my mom told me. I laughed till I cried.
I would totally be okay with it. I'd just be like, hey, we have something in common. We both like
Yeah,
it.
exactly. We both love women. But it's like, it hurt me because she didn't tell me because I thought I screwed something up.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's just, everybody makes mistakes, I guess. But,
you're right.
oh, wow. You're
You're right, Brock. I do feel better after hearing that.
Good. That was my hope. When we have year-end inventories at work, like we have to wait for a person from California to check out our entire factory to make sure it goes good. So that was one of the stories I get brought up now every time someone even remotely talks about women. Are like, don't let Brock talk to them. They'll end up being a lesbian.
Oh.
Yay.
At least you have a good sense of humor about it.
I have to. Otherwise, it's just, I've had tons of relationships that last like 2 weeks because it's just like, I found someone that's going to treat me like trash, so I'm going to go over there. I'm like, cool. That's great. At least that one had a funny story.
I always go for the ones that are taken. That's my thing. That's
getting to a point where it's like we're all at that age where if I meet someone that I even think is remotely attractive, I have to start looking.
Yeah, exactly.
And people give me shit about that. I'm like, I'm 30. There is no chance that most people my age aren't either recently single with someone or are married with multiple kids.
Yep.
Or single parents.
There we go. Exactly. Which
Yep.
I wouldn't be against something like that, honestly. I'd always give it a try because, you know, if you're not going to, that's one thing that I always will give people is just like, yeah, I love that person to death, but they had a kid and I'm just not about that. I'm like, then you don't love that person.
That's true.
Because that kid, whether you like them or not, is a part of that person.
Yeah.
And if you were ready to commit your entire life to them and then you found out you had a kid and you went no dice, you didn't love that person. Yeah. I'm sorry to tell. I know that some people are going to wildly disagree with me on that, but no.
Well,
yeah. I mean, that's
they're a package deal at that point.
They're a package deal. Now there's a different situation where it's like you meet a girl, you like her, and then you find out that she's got like 4 kids and each one of them's got a different dad. That's a different situation. Sometimes there's a whole deal that's got to be unpacked with the information there.
And this is why we're not called Renegade Pop Culture Dating.
Oh, Lord, no. Lord,
no. We would be terrible at that.
No, I would happily be on a podcast where we talk about the bad relationship crap we've been through. I'd be a rock star at that one.
Renegade top relationships. It would be like a Letterman top 10 list. Top 10 reasons why you should not date a renegade pop culture writer. Number 10.
Absolutely. It's just like, oh my gosh.
That's my home office in Wahoo, Nebraska.
That's why I write stories about people and I don't do them in real life. Oh man. Yeah. Woo. But outside of that, yeah, like I've been doing okay.
I gotta say, I'm loving where the show is going so far.
This is
I've never had a platform to tell that story online. I'm like, I might as well get it out. I'll lighten the mood a touch. That's one thing. Like I talk about being a bad creator. One thing that I found out about myself as a strength, I'm never afraid to look stupid on camera.
This is true.
I will gladly degrade myself to make someone else feel better.
I think that's why recording shows with you is always fun.
It's always fun, man. I've always said that too.
No, it is, and thank you. That's why I like having people that are able to bounce off of me, to be able to bounce stuff off of, like you guys. Is why I greatly appreciate working with you. You do what you love, it never feels like work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, I will admit one of my goals for this website is, I want to turn this into something, because as I've briefly alluded to, as much as I love the people that I work with at my day job, the job itself, never boring, because working at the kind of bank that I'm in, like things are constantly changing. New sanctions are introduced like every so often.
I can imagine.
On the technology side, there's so many updates,
website redesigns, new types of different things, and
new systems,
especially
put in place.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Given the state of the world,
yeah. My point is though, if I didn't love the people, or if I didn't like the people that I worked with, and I wasn't paid like a honestly pretty decent salary, I'd have quit my job a long time ago to focus on the website. And while we haven't officially launched it yet, we are setting up a Patreon.
I see it. I've seen the
So
that's good. I'm very glad. I'm very happy for you guys. I'm very glad for that.
A good first step.
I want that to happen.
Yeah,
I always have. And if you ever need my help with anything, you let me know. Because I'm always here.
Same.
And I do want to be a part of it, even in some small way. I've come to the conclusion that I don't want to be completely gone. Because like I said, it's just like I don't want to let anybody down, and also I just feel like I still have things to contribute. So if you guys, as long as you guys will have me, I'm always always available.
Look,
so.
I've said Simon Miller situation.
Yeah, I've said this on multiple occasions.
I know you have.
I've even said this to like people outside of the core group that,
of course, yeah,
we have an open door policy, and I mean that sincerely.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm sad that I never got to work with Teresa and Haley, because I like them on the animation podcast, and I'm sad I never got to work with them. So hopefully we can do a free for all or something.
I'm sure you will. Like there will be a place for everyone, whether you're a frequent collaborator, like a regular co-host, or you've literally been on one podcast. There is a place for everyone.
There's always a place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And there's always ideas that can be thrown around, different things. I know that I've pitched stuff at Mike. I am one of the most on the outside people that this website's ever consisted. I just did a ton of stuff with Mike beforehand, so I got thrown in that way. And I've thrown stuff at him. It's like never bad ideas to throw ideas, suggest stuff, do whatever. It's like I said, it's a dumb saying, and I love it, and I say it sarcastically almost every time I say it, but it rings true. Is teamwork makes the dream work.
It's corny, but it works.
Yeah, exactly. There's a reason why collaboration, what it needs to be, honestly, what makes it work is that you're in a group, in a situation where you can feel confident presenting an idea and having a person you trust tell you it's bad. Or you could be in a situation with a person and trust the idea that you trust that they're telling you it's good because they think it's good, not because they're just telling you it's good to be a friend. Like, you want to have people that are honest.
Yeah.
And because if someone just tells you something's a good idea and then you do it and it doesn't turn out well, and then you find out later it's like, yeah, I wasn't really a big fan. I was just trying to be nice. I'm like, then you should have said something. And even if it's like an idea that just needs tweaking, anything like that, it's part of the creative process. That's how you got to handle things. And that's how stuff gets done. Ideas get made that sometimes don't think they work, and they work. And sometimes that seemed like surefire because other people have done it and it tanks. And it goes in waves. Like, I can't remember who started it, but every YouTube channel on the planet has a board game channel now because one person did it. It worked well. Now everyone has it. Same with D&D, movie watch-alongs.
And isn't that even like kind of how Twitch kind of blew up? Is that like someone however many years ago said like, "Hey, I'm gonna try doing gameplay," or like.
It was something like that. It was
Justin
more of a
TV or something, wasn't it?
I don't exactly remember,
Originally?
but it was like someone tried something alternative to Let's Plays, which were already a big thing, where it was episodic, and then they got the more idea of just streaming something for a long time, and then that kind of became it. I don't know exactly how Twitch became a thing, but I just kind of got to it after a lot of people did.
I never really was into it because I was like, what am I going to watch somebody playing a game for? And like, because I'm like, I'd rather just play the game myself. And then what got me into it was, I think it was actually Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Could be.
I think it was that, because I think it was just seeing the voice actresses and the voice actors play the game itself. And just, seeing their reactions and stuff like that. And then that got kind of entertaining. I was like, was like, hey, I kind of like this actually.
What honestly got it to me was initially that I watched YouTube and it was the Let's Plays. And like, I don't watch technical Let's Plays, stuff like that, unless I'm looking up how to do something. It was the MST3K version of Let's Playing. Where like people are making comments about cool stuff, or it's just all of a sudden they're making light jokes. Like there's a random segment in the middle of a Prison Break video game LP where the Matt and Pat randomly break into some scene where they made a racist Italian version of Sailor Moon, and it's one of the most random, funniest things I've ever fucking heard in my life. And it's just they pick a game where they know there's going to be a situation that they could riff off of, or they know they're going to be able to riff off of, and they're introducing someone else in. Like the commentary MST3K style of anything, I greatly appreciate, where making humor out of something that's not naturally funny. And that's the type of Twitch that I watch. Like Pat from Two Best Friends, Wooly, Matt McMuscles to a degree. He's really good at it. And it's just like, I could like, but there's all sorts of stuff. There's like crafting channels, cosplay channels, people that make music, like a good friend of mine, Youngtown.
Oh yeah.
He's great. My roommate went to school with him. So anyone who's seen him, I've got to meet the guy because he was at my roommate's brother's wedding. That was like, what? Just like, I know you. And then it was and people just, they sit there and watch them talk about the technicality and just chatting.
But it's like so much talent out there, like especially in the music scene, like on Twitch and everything. It's so much talent.
It is. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the band Trivium, but their lead singer Matt Hafey, he turned his like kind of regular practicing routine into his live stream, and that's what he does like pretty much every day.
Yep, it's easy to do.
He'll go in for a few hours, like run through his stuff, and I'm not usually available to watch his stuff live, but I've seen clips, and like I see like the chat scrolling like
200 miles an hour. Yeah.
And sometimes it's fun to just play through a game and then go watch a Let's Play and see if your reactions match up with the person who's playing it.
Exactly. And you're like, oh, that moment's coming up. What are they going to do? It's exactly.
And then you see what they do and you see their reaction to it. You're just like, it got me too.
Exactly.
And you feel that solidarity there, even though it's like.
And one thing that's great at, and it's why I like the few times that I get it every now and then, it's not all the time, but it's like community building. Yeah. I love like continuously talking to the same people about certain things. And it's not even something that's in the game. They just drop by, they have a thought, and then it goes from there. And it's simple. Like Kiona's watched some of my streams. Mike's popped in a little bit, watched me horrifically fail at something at Donkey Kong the other night just because that camera is so freaking terrible.
Oh, and it was fun. I feel
it's making cool situations out of stuff like that. And it's like, I've told Mike I want to do movie watch alongs of just like horrid movies, just terrible. And it's like you get that together and they're like showing in the comments of just like reading people what they're thinking about it, things like that. Group togetherness moments like that to me are great.
Yeah. True.
You know what? I'm thinking that might be a Patreon goal. I don't want to spend too much time on this podcast
talking about
inside
we don't want to reveal any inside information.
But no, there's just I've thrown more ideas at Mike about random stuff at that I care to account for. But it's like that's another thing about this. You can come up with fun things that people would like to do. And
I think that'd be one of them.
Yeah, taking suggestions on stuff. It's fun.
And I always wanted to get a Twitch channel up and running too for the site and everything.
I would happily help.
Yeah,
and that's like another thing I mentioned that we
remember we wanted to do the Jackbox thing and we never did. And I still want to do it someday.
About that,
yeah.
That's it, dude.
Okay, that's one of them.
That's a thing.
All right. Forget I mentioned it. Everybody, look right here. No,
a bird. Behold,
there's a bird in my house.
But it's. See, and then it's stuff like this. It's just simple talking. Like I'm not thinking about other things that were bugging me and doing whatever. And
Exactly. I mean, that's part of the reason why, the mental health show in particular, it always kind of takes me out of that mindset of like, because I mean, I have a lot of moments where I just have an off day or I just have a down day or whatever, and it's hard to come back from it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like recently it's been better because I finally got that damn PS5.
Yep.
I mean, like, so you guys know this, right? It's been almost a year since the next gen consoles have been out, and I am one of those people where I was just insanely jealous of everybody that got one because I was like, oh my god, this is
I always
finally what
felt like
I
an
wanted.
asshole because I had it set up in my entertainment center
Oh,
and I
you
didn't want to
poor-
move my PS5
No,
every
it's
time I
not-
turned the
it's
camera
not.
on.
It was not you. It was not you. It's just the whole. I'm such a gamer. It's such a thing that's inbred in my mind since I was a very young child,
Mhm.
and so for me, it's like anytime there's a new system and I really want it, it's like it's one of those things where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to get this. I need it now. I need it now, even though I don't need
Like
it now, but,
you turn to Ariel from the Little Mermaid.
exactly.
I want to be where the people are.
I want to be where the systems are. At GameStop and Best Buy. Except they didn't have any. No,
and
but
in the back of people's trailers because scalpers are fuck boys.
I know. Oh my god, the scalpers, man. Anyway, so but you know what though? Finally, like I love this one Twitter account that was helping it. It was one of the restock accounts that tries to
Is it
put
Matt
the information
Swider?
out there. Yeah, he was one of them, and there was
He's
another
awesome.
one that also was on top of it as well. And so I saw the GameStop restock, and I just happened to this was maybe like a week and a half ago, and I just happened to hit it on the right time, and I had everything prepped. I was like, okay, I'm signed into my account, I'm all set, everything is ready, and it just so happened that I managed to get it, and it's the digital edition, so it's like so cue everybody who's like all about physical games and everything,
It's
which
whatever.
I understand, but also it's like if you're gonna get one, you might as well get whatever one's available.
Yeah.
So managed to get it. And I looked on that Twitter account, the one that the update one, not Matt. I forget his.
There's another one, but I can't remember exactly what it's called.
Yeah, it was another one of the restock Twitter accounts. And I liked the message that they put up there because they were like, to anybody who doesn't have one and who's still looking, you're not alone.
Mhm.
Like, I just thought that was such a nice thing to see because I felt so alone and I don't know why. But it just
it's
felt
like you're
one of those
seeing it.
things.
It's a situation where there's only a problem because people are shitheads.
Exactly. So so you feel that way, but yeah, I mean, so that's why I'm telling everybody to check out that account and everything if you need updates and stuff like that because it finally happened.
And do not buy it from someone.
Don't buy it from a scalp because remember that was one of the things that happened to me too. I got scammed earlier this year, so.
Do not.
That was another thing that really upset me, and that I had a hard time recovering from because I was just like, that was such a stupid move on my part, and I blamed myself, So I felt really bad about it, but it helps when you finally get the thing, even though it's just a thing. I know it's just a thing, but it's something that means a lot to me personally, and it's something that I've that I really wanted. So it's just, and it's something that gives me something to talk about with you guys and something to talk about on the podcast and everything. So it's just nice to have that. And so if anybody's still out there looking for it, they're becoming more and more available, which is the good thing.
They are. Like Best Buy had an in-store massive.
They're actually going to put it in store. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there was 5 Best Buys within hours of me that actually had consoles where you could buy tickets to get them. They're like getting in stores now. And if I didn't have to work, I would have been in that line getting a console for someone else.
Yeah. Exactly. Like I'm trying to, I want Josh to get one eventually because I know he wants one. So I keep telling him if there's an update or something.
Yep. I have my roommate's wife that badly wants one because I got her convert their whole family's Xbox. And I was kind of like, you will like Horizon. Play Horizon. So I gave her my PS4 with Horizon and she finally played it. Then she loved it. It was like, all right, I need to get it. And then all of a sudden, like her brother or her husband really likes the PlayStation controller. He hated all the DualShocks before this one. And then he got the DualSense. And he's just like, I wish there was something I could play too. And he's a huge Star Wars nut. And then so the Old Republic remaster came out. I'm like, hey buddy, look at that right there.
I mean, I like the Xbox too. I'm all for them. I'm a platform agnostic person. I'm all for the Switch. I'm all for the Xbox. As long as it's doing good for the industry, I think it's good. Except for
It's
mobile
honestly
games.
because of the amount of exclusives on the PlayStation that I play more than the Xbox.
Exactly. And they're on a tear right now. Like they're doing a really good job and their system is excellent. It feels so good.
It's
Even just the feel of the controller and everything, it just feels so good. So
Yeah.
Xbox has their work cut out for them, but at the same time, I'm cheering them on too because I've always been an Xbox guy.
And the thing is, in my opinion, again, Mike, turning to big game talk here, I always felt that those systems go for two very different things.
They do.
PlayStation has always been the single player action adventure, normally third person, sometimes first person game that you're getting an adventure and a story out of. Xbox has always been more of it's normally where most people play their online multiplayer. And they even basically said it with the Xbox One, and they're still kind of doing it with the Xbox Series X, where it's more of a all-in-one entertainment machine that also happens to play games on it.
That's what it's always kind of sounded like to me.
Let us always remember the super cut of them saying TV at their Xbox One.
And it's like, and that's fine if you want to do that. That's perfectly okay. It's two different companies going for different things. Nintendo will sell you the same exact freaking thing 500 times over, and they're still gonna buy it. It's like they just announced, hey, by the way, that thing you've asked for 20 years, we're finally doing. Here's N64 games that would have took no effort to put onto our system because you could fit all of them in a 2 gig SD drive. It's just like, and they got Sega Genesis games coming. That was such a that's such a home run that they just went, oh yeah, I suppose they will like that. And that's one thing. Nintendo has like a set of like 6 characters that have their own groups. Well, no, I'm not saying they've built an empire on it where they're like, we're going to make games about these people, but also have other stuff on there. Xbox has been, we have a couple outside of when we bought ZeniMax and bought like 7 companies that are going to make exclusives.
Yeah.
And then they've always been like, we're going to make it entertainment, and then we're going to have Halo and like Gears of War, the more, I want to say, more militaristic, gritty type of exclusives. And then PlayStation's more story-driven action adventure. Everyone has their own things, and it's perfectly fine. Get what you want. I tell you, I was going to buy a freaking Xbox until they canceled Scalebound.
Still one of the worst decisions ever.
So just Phil Spencer comes out, it's like, yeah, it just wasn't looking like something I think that people would want to play. And then Nier Automata from the same company comes out months later, and it's one of the best games PlayStation's ever received. And it's like, maybe them Platinum people know what they're talking about.
Just maybe.
Phil, I love you, man, but that was bullshit.
Oh, buddy, you've got a message. Anyway.
Although speaking of high school, one thing I teased on the last Renegade Marquee, since apparently nobody else on the team was interested in seeing this movie, I saw
Evan Hansen.
Yeah, Dear Evan Hansen. My thoughts on this movie are very, very complicated. So I'll ask you guys first. Have any of you before the movie was announced, were any of you aware of the original Broadway musical?
I still don't even technically know what the hell that movie's about from the trailer that I saw.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So no, I'm not familiar.
Okay, well, here's the story because, boy, it's a lot. So it stars Ben Platt, who does not at all look like a high schooler anymore. He is the titular Evan Hansen, an anxious, isolated high school student who's aching for understanding and belonging amid the chaos and cruelty of the social media age. He soon embarks on a journey of self-discovery when a letter he wrote for a writing exercise falls into the hands of a grieving couple whose son took his own life. And it's funny, for the longest time, like people had no idea the plot of the actual story because they had only heard like a select few songs from like the cast recording, and like that's kind of how the show became so popular, because the music, the music is what really launched this into the stratosphere. And
I had no idea this was a play beforehand, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, it was off Broadway for a little bit. Then it was on Broadway in 2016. Won like 9 Tony Awards.
Wow.
And then because the star of the movie is like this big Hollywood producer, Mark Platt, that like he's the reason why this film got greenlit. But yeah, I think the biggest problem with this movie, and why I wanted to bring it up on this podcast, is the way that it handles, or kind of mishandles, like their depiction of mental illness. And I wanted to bring it up here because one of the reasons why we started this podcast was to, if not completely erase the stigma, then basically diffuse it as much as possible. And yet in Hollywood, there's still a big there are certain stereotypes that are still present in when it comes to how the media portrays mental illness.
Yeah. And it's in video games too, and it's like it just harkens back to the time of where like people seem like they're tone deaf enough with this stuff to where they feel like we're still living in a time where they just used to electroshock everybody because they had slight issues. Like, this will fix them. It's like, no.
Like one of the things that Evan does in this movie, after his parents find the note that he wrote to himself, if any of you guys have seen the movie World's Greatest Dad, this is basically the serious version of this, where his parents assume that Evan and this kid who committed suicide were like super close friends.
Yep.
So he starts like fabricating stories about the two of them. And eventually things get out of hand. Things kind of like blow way out of proportion. Evan himself kind of becomes like this internet sensation. And then eventually, because this is a movie, things are eventually happily ever after. But I just think this is it's not a very healthy depiction of the stuff that Evan is going through. And it's a lot of the things that, it's things we've even talked about on the show. Anxiety, fear of public speaking, the difficulties of connecting with others. And I'm sure like I'm sure this was like very well intentioned. It's just the execution of it really didn't work, which kind of sucks, because the rest of the movie, I said before, like the music is great, the performances I thought were really good. Like Caitlin Dever plays the sister of the boy who committed suicide, and I didn't realize that she could sing, and she honestly blew me away. I think she was probably my favorite performance in the film. it's just the film on as a whole is just it's kind of a mess.
Yeah, and it's like it's one of those situations that it's a subject matter that even with good intentions and doing well, just some people just aren't able to tackle because again, it's like you almost have to have a person that's been through it or be a person that's been through it to handle certain stuff like that. And some people are good at it to handle it with care and things like that. I'm not saying it's impossible to like handle something correctly if you haven't been through it. But yeah, I've not heard astounding things from anyone about its portrayal in that. And like the only gist that I got about it was like even the trailers are weird because I've only seen the trailer before Shang-Chi. Otherwise, I'd never heard of it. And then the trailer for Shang-Chi happens, and then like you see the note, and then you get the parents about it, and like you have the signing on the cast and all that, and then he gets up in front of it, and like he's waiting to see if he's gonna lie about knowing him. And then this inspirational music starts playing when he starts making up these stories. I'm like, am I the only one that feels weird about this situation that we shouldn't be getting happy joy music playing when he's making up songs about a guy who committed suicide that he clearly doesn't know?
Yeah, like the more I watch that trailer, the less I like it. And this was before I actually saw the movie.
It's like, how is that situation handled in the movie? Like tone wise?
Not great. I mean, obviously in the movie, it's handled better in the film. Like once you actually kind of understand the context, it's just the way the trailer is cut. It makes it feel more icky.
Got it. Okay.
Although this is the part that like actively pisses me off. You know how the internet will run like everything into the ground.
Oh, absolutely.
That's exactly what people were doing with Ben Platt and how he looks. Because in real life, he's only 27, but the way his hair and makeup looks in the film, compared to like how he portrayed the character on stage, is well, he looks like he's about 40.
It looks like Tobey Maguire did when he was attempting to be a high schooler in the first Spider-Man films.
Exactly. But the reason this pisses me off though is because that's all anyone is even bringing up. Like if you've seen this movie and you dislike it for valid reasons, I want to have those conversations. I want to have the meatier conversations of like what this movie does wrong, why it's even as well intentioned as it may be, why this is still not a good representation of mental illness. I would rather have those conversations than the 4,000th time someone says, Ben Platt looks 40.
Yeah, I get you there. The closest thing I've had to that was when I was trying to have an insightful, genuine situation with people about the Devil May Cry reboot. And every time I had a conversation with someone talking about how the game mechanics are different, about how it doesn't play the same, about how I have genuine problems with how certain things are portrayed, and the bluntness of it is like, you don't like that it's got black hair, huh? Oh, shut up.
And this is just a problem I've been having for the past couple years when it comes to film and media criticism. Like, and this is specifically a problem I have with negative reviews. Something that really bothers me is the same critic can write this like long 1,000+ word like dissertation about a movie they love, but if it's a movie they hate, it basically is reduced to like just snark and dismissive, just like they become like this, like they basically become like the stereotype of like the snooty, snotty film snob, or like they become they act like their review is like a a stand-up routine for their friends and their friends alone.
Yep. And when it comes for you to try to explain the things that they don't like, they can't go into detail. It's always they have 2 or 3 bullet points, and then you try to go, okay, why did that make you irritated? I'm like, okay, now you're not regurgitating the same 68,000 things that everyone else has said. Why do you feel that way? And are you only just copying and pasting what someone else says because you think you're funny? No, what is your opinion? I want your fucking opinion, not the, well, this is what everyone else thinks, so it's correct. Okay, Grace Randolph, shut the hell up.
And I know I've got
shots fired there.
I will shoot shots at Grace Randolph's direction all day. I used to like her when it was Beyond the Ink before she became an uptight, just windbag of a person. I can't stand her now.
Yeah, I finally blocked her.
I find her pretty irritating myself.
Yeah, I blocked her either like a week ago or like a couple of days because I've just had enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
But something I was gonna say earlier, like I know I get a lot of shit for like all of the positive reviews I write, but when I do write a negative one, I try my best to be as specific as possible to like why this movie or this show doesn't work. And I think that's become easier to do now that I have like an audio platform and other people to bounce off of.
Oh, absolutely. Like I always check your thing. Like when a movie comes out, I know for a fact that your letterbox is going to pop up on my Facebook timeline. So whenever I see something has like a 3, I'm like, holy shit, what the hell happened? like I've seen you give movies a 1 and I'm like, what the fuck? What did they do?
A 1 is from Mike is like a negative 10,000.
Was it Cinderella that you gave a 1 to?
That was a
Recently?
1.5.
1.5. I'm sorry. I remember 1 and was it just a 1 or close? I was like, and then I saw it was Cinderella, and I'm like, all right, I think I could probably piece this together, but I'm gonna read through this.
It was like negative 10.
It's like he's the Dave Meltzer of movie reviews, but in reverse.
Oh God.
No, what the thing is like, Dave Meltzer, in my opinion, his stuff shouldn't be taken as gospel. He's a wrestling like commentator, like basically grades wrestling matches like movies. But like there'll be times where he'll go out of it. He has a 1 out of 5 rating system, and then there'll be these times where if it's in the Tokyo Dome and it happened to involve Kenny Omega, it'll get 7 stars. It's like, and when it gets like a dud or like a 1. I'm like, all right, what happened, Dave? And I'm looking at this and I'm like, all right, no, that makes sense. But it's just like, you're a more, what I want to say, honest version of that.
Yes. Like, it doesn't have to be a WCW match from the 90s for it to be a negative.
Exactly. It's like, you're just positive because you love these things and you want to drag out all of and you want to put out what you think is really good about them and why you love them.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
Then when you don't make something, people are going to be like, holy shit, what did they do to piss Mike off? Because he's not like this normally.
It actually adds more weight to it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I've always judged it. I'm like, if it's good, it's good. If it's great, it's great. If it's bad, something went wrong.
Yes.
And it's never because of your mood. Like, you don't gauge stuff on how you saw it, typically on how your mood is feeling. So I know it was something the movie did to you. It wasn't like you're going into a movie, you felt this way, and then you saw it again later and you were in a better mood and you felt differently. You're very good at going
Checking
in
the thing at the door.
exactly, and then keeping that experience at how it is.
I have a very hard time with that with movies in particular.
Mhm.
I think for me it's very dependent on my mood. Like I said, Man of Steel is one of those movies. If I'm in a good mood, I'll like it. If I'm in a bad mood, I will hate it, loathe it, and I don't understand.
That being said, well, Brock, you are on the money that mood isn't going to like dramatically shift how I feel about a film.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just pull. If I'm already in like kind of a shaky mood, a good movie will only be better, but a bad movie will only be worse.
That is true.
Yeah.
Like, I told you before we recorded our Free Guy review that, you know, I had a pretty rough morning, but then I watched Free Guy and I'm like, oh, this is so good.
Oh yes.
And
absolutely.
it made my day better.
Yep.
I wasn't able to see that at theater, so I can't wait for it to come out on streaming.
Dude,
I think it's coming out soon.
It can't be long. That window to release now is so short.
Yeah, it's 45 it's 45 days.
That's crazy.
Which is honestly, in my opinion, I think that's kind of perfect because I know people are still kind of hesitant to go back to the theater. Like even tonight, there were only like at most like 5 people, and I saw the movie like in the big Dolby cinema.
Yep.
Oh, really?
And that's one thing that the weirdest thing about this is like there one thing that I can watch 100 times and I will never get sick of it is people's reaction to the portal scene in Avengers.
I love that.
And that is one of those things, like I had an out of body experience. I legitimately felt bad for the mom and their child that was sitting next to me because I said things that child should not have heard. I couldn't sit in my seat properly. I was on another plane of existence for that next 10 minutes. And then I get to moments where like when I went and watched Snake Eyes and it was me, my roommate, and then 2 teenage kids that were openly making loud fake sex noises the entire time and other things just to be asshats. And then I will go and see like Free Guy and it was just me and my roommate and nobody else there. And all of a sudden I'm just like, you know, I kind of like every now and then because of this era where I could just be with a buddy that I know is going to generally enjoy it or just myself and watch it on a big screen and not have to deal with some stupid people. There's moments where that happens.
That's interesting to me though, because I didn't have that experience. Like I had the opposite experience in both those cases. I liked Snake Eyes and I didn't like Endgame.
No, I like Snake Eyes. It's not because I hated Snake Eyes. I hated the environment I was in when I watched Snake Eyes. The kids made it dumb. So, yeah.
I mean, that would be fun. I'd probably be laughing, honestly. But at the same time, though, I mean, I didn't love Endgame for whatever reason. I just didn't like it. And I don't know why. I think I had a bad experience in the theater, too, because I was seated like way down in the front, and that sucked.
Could be.
So that was like a bad experience. But also, I didn't feel what they did to Black Widow in that. I still don't. I still don't like that sacrifice Natasha thing. I felt like that wasn't earned for whatever reason. And I know that there's a lot of people like who have told me like what the reasoning is behind, you know, why Natasha sacrifices herself for Clint. And I understand it, but at the same time, I just felt like it was such a waste.
Did it feel how should I put this? Did it feel like did it feel obligatory? Like
it felt like a number of times they broke their own rules. Like the time travel thing was one thing, but it felt like, you know, this whole thing about you have to let go of that which you love. It didn't make much sense to me. Like, I don't know. I just felt like I remember just turning to the person, just a random person who was sitting in the theater next to me. and we just both looked at each other when Natasha died, and we just like looked at each other. We were like, I said to him, I'm not sure I like this. And he looked back at me and he was like, I get what you're saying, because I didn't care for that particular moment. And it kind of ruined the rest. It set this kind of pall over the rest of the movie for me. To the point where even with the portal scene and stuff, it was like, well, I kind of expected this, so everybody else reacted, and I just kind of went like, I don't know why I'm feeling out of the moment. So I don't know what it was really. But there's certain movies where just something happens and it just kind of pulls me out of it. So maybe it's just that. But I don't know. I mean, since then I've gone back and I've rewatched it, and of course I own it. I mean, who's not going to own that game? Obviously. But like, it's interesting going back and rewatching it. Like, I totally understand the reaction that it got. I totally understand it, but I just didn't feel that. Maybe it's because to me, maybe it's just I didn't connect, or
for different reasons.
But I don't know. It was strange though. But I was like, I wish I felt that. I wish I felt that like happiness about it, because I was like, but to me it was like, I knew that Cap would be able to get Mjolnir. I knew he would be able to do it, and I knew that everybody was going to come back. So to me, it just kind of didn't. I didn't have that huge like woohoo moment. But I think that's just me personally, because I think I'm one of those people at the football game who's like, everybody's like standing up and cheering, and I'll just be sitting there going like, so this is what happened on that play, and I'll just be going over it in my head. I'm just maybe I'm just very introverted.
Could be.
But like, when it comes to that sort of thing. But it's so interesting though, because I love that. I love that people got that energy from it. And I think that's really cool. But I just like, I don't know why. To me, it was just that whole thing with Black Widow just dying. It just like pulled me out of the movie. So yeah, I'm not really sure why. Because like I said, I've had it explained to me a number of times where it's like, okay, I get it. I understand it. I still wish they didn't do it, but I understand it. I just feel like out of all the fake deaths in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, why does hers have to be the one that sticks?
Contracts. If we're being 100%
perfectly honest, that was her last in continuity movie.
Yeah.
And she was one of the ones that wanted to get out after her movie. So,
yeah, I don't blame her, because I saw her movie and I did not care for it that much. So I don't know. It was one of those things. But like, yeah, Marvel is losing a little bit of its luster for me. I don't know. I think just in general, movies kind of are, because I noticed that I haven't been watching too many movies, and the ones that I do watch, I don't generally like anymore. So like for me personally, it's difficult to get into a movie and really enjoy it. Like even the Suicide Squad, I kind of like, I was like, okay, this is fun. I don't think it's not a favorite of mine. So I don't know what it is really that's going on. I think maybe I'm just expecting too much. But I think that I think Shang-Chi looks really good. And like I said, the Snake Eyes movie I actually really enjoyed. Like I was surprised because everybody said it was crap, but I like watched it and I was like, it's not that bad.
One of the things, like I expect it with Mike, it's like everyone, almost everyone who I talk to thinks that Shang-Chi was a near Shakespeare. Like outside of Mike and me talked about what we liked, and like think that Shang-Chi is a near Shakespearean masterpiece. And I was kind of just like, yeah, it was good.
I don't think it's that, but I mean,
no, it's not. It
doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that to me. I mean, I think that if you've seen a lot of like Asian action movies, like the Ip Man series, or like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or like even Bruce Lee movies, like I don't think it's anything spectacularly, like amazingly, incredibly, like I've never seen it before. But it looks good.
Yeah. In my own review, I called it like the Chinese food equivalent of those, classic martial arts films.
There you go.
And I did give it the credit. And it's one thing that why I still think Marvel has it and they're letting stuff improve. It was the first movie where they decided that a 5-minute cutscene didn't need to have 19,000 cuts in it.
Ah.
So that was one of the
I
things where I
hear
was
you.
like, that was awesome. Which
Yeah.
that's just a problem with movies nowadays, period. They don't know how to linger a camera on something.
Yes. I agree. And the director of Shang-Chi is actually from Maui, where I used to
nice.
live. So
Oh yeah, nice.
yeah. So that's cool. But yeah, I mean, it looks good. It looks like a lot of fun. I haven't seen it because, like I said, my knee. It's mainly my knee is the problem. I really don't care about the other thing, but I would go see it if I could, but I just can't like physically do that at the moment, or I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm definitely going to buy it when it comes out on streaming. Right. So it's like, it's one of those movies where I'll support it whichever way I can, at least. So, but like, yeah, I mean, I enjoy Endgame now more than I did when I first saw it. But when I first saw it, I think it was just it was really weird, and I just had that moment where I just got pulled out of it, and I just felt like, wow, this is it's a little disappointing. And I don't know why I felt that way, honestly. I just think it was a number of factors, but I wanted to like it. I wanted to love it. I don't go into movies just thinking like, oh, I'm going to hate it, unless it's something where it's like, if it's like Barbie's Fun Time Adventure or something, then I'm probably not going to like that. But I mean, like, I know my taste, and I know that like heavily influenced towards action, comic book, sci-fi stuff. So, yeah, Endgame should have been a home run for me, but it wasn't when I first saw it. And now watching it back, I'm just like, oh yeah, it's fun. It's just, I don't. It's not like the greatest movie I've ever seen, but it's a good culmination of everything that Marvel set out to do.
Mm-hmm.
And but I do think that I wish that their stuff was a little more consistent lately. I think I feel like there's been sort of like you're seeing some cracks start to form in terms of the storytelling. But
the thing that I think that is, though, is you want to know exactly what this reminds me of? Phase 1.
Yeah.
Because everything is random stuff that doesn't have connective tissue that everyone else liked later on. This doesn't have it right now because this is the new kids.
Yeah, this is basically a reset.
This is legitimately, factually, and in time frame the new kids.
I mean, Loki did it. Loki did it on screen where they were like, "Oh, the Infinity Stones, they're paperweights here."
That I still don't like.
Oh my god!
I get that was funny, but I'm like,
it was funny, but it was like
just disengaged like 10 years of films in 2 seconds.
Yeah, thanks for
To be fair, even comic books do that too.
Yeah,
they do all the time.
That was the you talk about the Black Widow thing. I am a person that was hit by that personally because of how I felt about it. That was the only time where I kind of went, they threw Natasha off a cliff. What do you have in that drawer? That was the only time where I was kind of like, we could have kept that out, because I was not the only one that complained about that.
Yeah. No, I thought that was weird too. I thought that was like, oh wow, but, that's like no selling it.
It's meant to the point of where they're kind of be like, nothing you guys did is whatever. This guy decides it, and I get that's what it was going to be. But I get it. But again, if we're gonna like what Mike just said, I don't think I need to mention a third time how Spider-Man got organic web shooters.
Yeah.
Comics are dumb. I love them, but comics are dumb.
What is it? The movie Bob always says, comics are weird.
I forgot how we got on this Marvel tangent, but it does.
It was because I brought up the theater experiences and stuff like that.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
But yeah, to bring things back to what I was saying about film criticism, I think one thing I want to start seeing more of is I want to see more discussions about like the meat of these films.
Yes.
Because too much of the online discourse is it's starting to become frivolous, and the art of of criticism is becoming a joke. And one thing that we're trying to do here on this platform is, we're gonna have fun, because it's a lot more fun to, interact with others than just do this by yourself. But we also kind of want to take the stuff that we're talking about seriously, unless it's making fun of Shinji on our Evangelion fresh takes.
You just wait until we get to those rebuild films, man. I keep getting random pictures sent to me of stuff, and wow. People, if you watch Evangelion, the Evangelion memes subreddit is some of the best shit I've seen in my life.
I only don't visit there frequently because, well, Reddit for one reason, but the other is because I haven't seen the rebuild films yet.
I haven't either, so I purposely skip it over. They'll say if it's rebuild films and you can skip over them, but it's just like, oh wow. Some of it's like the one I sent you and Cameron earlier was like Evangelion if Shinji had a gun.
Oh, so good.
But your thing about movie reviews, one thing that, and this is in everything, and I can be like, I don't commonly want to go out and talk about something. Like, I won't go out of my way to get people to talk with, like, with movie reviews. You want to do movie reviews because you and me get along, we have a good composure. Kiona, you want to talk about games because you have a good back and forth. I'll never go out of my way, like with Life is Strange and like The Last of Us 2. I went out of my way to find people to do something that was not normally that I talk about it with because I loved it. And like with the first fresh takes, I wanted any excuse on the planet to watch through that with someone. Because I loved it more than I love Air at certain points, is how much that show means to me in my life.
You introduced it to me as well.
Exactly. You helped us do the reviews for it.
Yeah, who wasn't even involved in the actual videos, but yeah, I mean,
we got to have the reaction. We got to have the reactions twice, which is what I loved about that, because you got to have your reaction to ours plus it. But like I said, Mike's very positive, and I'm not saying you do this. And Kiona, you have honest reviews back and forth either way. Most online reviews for anything now, ever since Letterboxd, since YouTube, since Facebook, since Reddit became a thing, and it is the bane of my fucking existence, is there's no such thing as a 5 anymore.
Yeah.
It is either a -20 or a fucking 100.
Yeah.
It is either the scum of the earth or it's the best thing that's ever been made, and no one can ever just think a movie was okay. And I fucking hate it. It's either, I thought it was okay. Oh, I guess you just don't like movies then, do you? No, it was just okay. Oh, it was great. It was the most perfect thing ever, so there's nothing wrong with it? No. And fuck you if you want to try me if something's wrong with it. Just a movie can just be, or a game or any form of media could just be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Or just because someone else liked it doesn't mean that you have to go search down to their profile and go shit down their throats because their opinion was different than yours. Just let them have it. Or if you're going to be nice and be like, I really didn't like it. Can you tell me what you liked? I'll tell you what I didn't, and you're trying to get an understanding. These people that openly hate search for things just to shit on people for liking something, I'll never understand it. What makes you wake up in the morning and go, I'm going to waste 5 hours of my day trying to make someone's day worse?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like you guys know how long I've been doing this, and most days it's just like just water off the back. But sometimes I just reach a point where it's like, okay, enough is enough. I hate when it ends up on the negative reviews, because then the discussion becomes less about the movie and more about the rating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like you said, Mike, it always comes down to something where it's like, if they want to have a conversation, you're like, okay, why didn't you like it? Yeah, well, the main character looked old. What else? Like, what's an honest opinion? Well, everyone doesn't like it for that, so that's all I need. I'm like, no, I'd like you as a human to use 2 brain cells to tell me why you didn't like it, or prove to me that you actually watched it and aren't just regurgitating someone else's opinion.
That's the other thing that pisses me off.
Yeah.
I understand if, like, for this movie in particular, if you don't want to watch it because of the subject matter, that's fine. I completely understand that. But don't just regurgitate the same fucking dead horse 1,000 different times.
Yep.
Dude, that always shocks me too. When I post something on like Facebook or something, and then somebody comments and will say I think the last time this happened to me was when I played Cyberpunk, and I posted my thoughts on it, and I was like, I was a little bit like moderate about it, and and I said, it has things I like and it has things that I don't like, but there's but I'm willing to play through it and stuff like that, and I was going through it at the time, and somebody posted a response to that. Somebody replied and was like, oh, finally an opinion from somebody who's actually played the thing. And that always shocks me, because I'm always like, shouldn't you be reading? Like, shouldn't people be posting their thoughts based on what they played, not on what they've seen?
Absolutely. I got the same thing when I posted on my Facebook that I platinumed it, and they're like, what the actual hell? And then they're like, is it good? I'm like, I won't say everyone's going to like it, but I did. It's like,
yeah.
It's like,
you liked it a lot more than I did.
Yeah, usually whenever someone asks, like, "Hey, is this good?" Like, if they comment, if they ask me, like, "Is this good?" on a post that has my Letterboxd review, my answer is usually, "Watch it for yourself. There's only one way to find out."
Yep. Yeah. I like to respond with, when they say, "Is it good?" I always try to respond with, "I enjoyed it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nothing. And it's a John Campea rule. And now, not a lot of people, there's some people that hate John Campea, and I will agree there's some things that he's done that's whatever. But he has the perfect example of this. My cat, Selena. I love her to death. She's 8 years old. I can take a calendar, I can mark it from here, and I can mark it to there, and I could show you a factual point of reference that proves that cat is 8 years old. Mm-hmm. I can walk out of a movie theater. There is no rule set. There is no tome of facts. There is no metric that I can say or tell you that proves a movie was good or bad. Mm-hmm. So you cannot objectively say something's good or bad.
I only ever use objectively, ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, like, I can objectively say that David Cage does not understand emotion. You can subjectively agree with me or not.
I always remember when James Stephanie Sterling when they did that video back in the day of the emotions, and like and they were like, they did a thing with the David Cage mask, and they were like, I am going to get a diamond placed under my skin so that I can know what it's like to have polygons, because polygons equals emotions. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. What we're trying to say, people, is things could be okay and have your own opinion.
Exactly.
That's what we're getting.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, I mean, what you're saying about movie reviews too, before we go, I just want to put this point in, which is that, like, I saw a post today on Twitter, and somebody was talking about old gaming magazines and how they miss that. Mm-hmm. And they miss that time of, like, going to get a magazine, and that was like your one reference point of what games were coming out and what was cool and everything. And even though sometimes the writing was maybe not so great, or maybe the reviews were kind of off or whatever, I mean, like, they weren't like bastions of I guess you would say journalistic integrity a lot of the time. But I think that I used to love reading them, because a lot of the time, like, the ones that I gravitated towards were a little bit more on the entertaining side. So, like, Game Fan, for instance, that was very much more on the entertaining side. I mean, there was a guy who did a review of a game that was just a rant about how 2D games aren't cool anymore and how they should be. And it was just that whole rant. And I was like, I was amazed reading it, because I was like, this has nothing to do with the game and I love it. But yeah. I mean, it was just that time of, like, when they came out. Now I don't know if people would stand for that anymore, because people just are too demanding now. But I think that, like, that's part of what I tried to do with a lot of my game reviews, especially on the site, like the Final Fantasy VII Remake one, which is, it's not so much about like, I even though this might not be the right approach for a review, but I always like, I know some people love the whole like, graphics, sound, play mechanics, whatever, controls, whatever. They just want a checklist of that.
Yep.
But for me, I want to take somebody on a journey. Like that's the thing that I like to do when I write about stuff is I want to, like that's the reason why my thing starts out with like Aerith and with like the whole opening scene of the game in Final Fantasy VII Remake, because I wanted to take people along with me on that journey of like, this is what I think of the game, but it's also a story of what the game means to me.
Yep.
So, but it's that's a little different from a review, and I understand that. Like a review, I guess, should be a little more mechanical. But for me, I like seeing, like even in your reviews, Mike, I know when it's a Mike K review because I can tell from your personality, like it comes through. And that's always what I wanted to do with writing my reviews, personally speaking.
Uh-huh.
And it's something that I saw in stuff like EGM and GameFan. It's that same kind of like thing where maybe you don't have to be so technically perfect, but as long as you are entertaining and you take the reader along with you, I always find that more interesting personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a thing. At least when I write anything, I can't remove myself from the piece because I'm the one who saw the thing, so
Yeah.
I'm going to give my perspective.
Yeah,
I give you guys credit for writing. I can barely write YouTube descriptions, let alone writing reviews for stuff. Like
it's not easy.
I'm an editor and a co-writer on a fan fiction, and that's because again it's something that I'm really fit for. But it's like I'm much better at audio versus writing. But yeah, it's an art form, and it's not an art form that I am particularly good at. I give you guys a lot of credit for doing that because I know I can't. I've only done one game review in my life that I'm shocked is still on YouTube. But yeah.
What game is
for
it?
Oh,
Horizon.
Of course.
And I might.
It's always so much more fun to write about the things that you love and
exactly.
to make
And
videos
again,
about
it's
the things
what I
that
said. You
love.
need to be into it. Otherwise, that's when it doesn't feel like it's work. It feels normal.
That's why I don't understand why people make all these videos that just hate on things. I mean, like, I understand you wanting to get a good reaming out every once in a while because you got to do that sometimes.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I mean, like,
Mike's been a part of a couple of those.
but I mean, like, though, why would you spend so much time and energy writing about things that you hate or filming videos about things that you hate?
Yeah. And it's like, that's another thing where that could be a good thing if you make it a segment.
Yes, a segment of the...
I used to be a part of a Let's Play channel, and like people used to want to they wanted to do the fake fireside chat where they set up like a leather recliner next to a chair, and they would just give me a thing that they know would irritate me, but I haven't heard about yet, just to hear my raw reaction bitching about it. And I was like, if you make it a thing, it's not bad, but it's like, there's a difference between you want to tell people why you didn't like something versus you want to tell why other people are wrong about liking something.
Yeah.
There's a giant difference, but that is lost to humanity now.
Yeah.
Because if it's not your opinion, it doesn't matter. That's basically what it's come down to with most people.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
And if you try to explain to someone, you're like, can we just have a normal talk? It's like, no, I'm not going to listen to your opinion. I don't care. That I'm like, okay, sorry I exist. Like, what's the... You went out of your way to come and shit on my post, and you don't want to hear my opinion, and you don't want to talk about it. You just want to leave the poo on the floor and walk out. Like, what's the... Oh, it's like Ralph Wiggum running away. There's no time, and he just keeps going that way. It's just like...
Oh my gosh, you guys. So one of the things that's been helping me out through my difficult times is I've been rewatching Futurama.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Oh my
Nice.
god, that show. That show is like a prototype of like Rick and Morty and like Community and so many of those shows now that are doing all these things. Like I just love that show so much. It's so funny that like Disenchantment for me, it hasn't captured that same humor or anything.
I haven't seen Disenchantment yet, but
I mean,
I still have fond memories of when Futurama was on Adult Swim. That was
yes.
when I got hooked on to the show, and then I eventually watched like the entire first 4 seasons, and then I watched like a little bit of the revival. I've seen all the movies,
I was
but
in my senior year of high school when that premiered in '99.
wow,
And when I remember videotaping the premiere because we had VCRs back then. And I remember, yes, I'm that old. And I remember taking it to school and literally setting it up so that at lunchtime I could watch it while I was eating lunch
Nice.
oh that's
with
awesome.
one of the cool teachers, you know.
Yeah.
And like and they just let me sit there and like and just eat my lunch in the room and just watch Futurama the first episode.
That used
And
to
it was
be.
so freaking funny.
You try and tell
Like
people
if they
nowadays
try to
about how you
break
had to do that. It's
they try to
ridiculous.
break free, give them an ass full of laser. It's just like, my god, that show is so freaking funny.
Yeah. I try to tell people how you used to have to do that. It's like, we have DVRs now. I'm like, back in the day,
Back
you
in
used to
the
have to take a
day,
piece of
you
tape
had a
and put it
tape.
over it and then record
Yes.
and then take it off.
Yes, exactly.
Because it didn't have the. My mom was so pissed that I found out how to do that because I was like, how do you record on certain ones or not? And then I looked at the old, like, recordable DVDs and I'm like, they got a plastic square over that thing there. I wonder if I did this thing there, and then all of a sudden, old family videos had "Whose Line Is It Anyway" videotaped over it, and they were not happy.
Whose line is it? Oh. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's just like that's another thing that you need to appreciate. Again, I've mentioned it 100 times. I like comfort shows, things like that, like Fresh Prince, Supernatural, Gurren Lagann, obviously. Like certain seasons of early seasons of Big Bang Theory. It like even old 90s cartoons, like I rewatch Beast Wars and Zoids and stuff like that. I'll still get a kick out of
Dude,
them.
the X-Men 90s cartoon, that was
Yeah.
my jam growing
Or
up,
just
man.
like
Batman,
the animated series of Spider-Man.
yes.
Can you come down here and fight me like a man? Is there any way I can convince you to come up here and fight me like a spider? The writing in those shows were so good. It was a kids' TV show.
There was a clip going around on Twitter of
Is
like
it the worst voice acting ever clip?
Yes.
not that one. It was totally normal Norman Osborn inviting Peter Parker to dinner, or like
God.
That's right.
and it was just Norman and Peter like going back and forth about, oh, your secret. I'm going to tell everyone your secret. Let's let them in on our secret.
Exactly.
It's like, you realize how that sounds, right?
That's exactly. And it's like that, yeah, where it's like if you take those out of context, it's just not
Brilliant.
good.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Utterly brilliant.
Or like everybody makes the joke about somehow back in the day Norman Osborn had waves, but he never wore a do-rag.
Yeah, I've never understood like what his hair was.
I have no idea. Even as a
either.
kid, I'm like, did he dye red jagged lines in his hair? There was a picture the other day of Willem Dafoe with that haircut,
Oh,
and
God.
I about died laughing. Where they photoshopped it on in that whole "I'm a bit of a scientist myself" type thing, but he's got the hair. Oh, I was dying.
Oh, God.
Like, this should not be as funny as this is, but
I don't know why that meme in particular is so funny to me. It's just because I can just see him say the line and hear his voice saying, I'm something of a scientist myself.
And it's like, that one's a relatively new meme. And it shocked me. That movie came out in the early 2000s, and it somehow became a meme like last year.
I know. It's so
It's just
amazing.
like
That is great.
And the best part of it is, in my head, I always imagined some 14-year-old kid finally saw the first Spider-Man movie and went, "This seems funny."
I just saw a hilarious.
Has anyone
meme.
else seen this?
I saw a hilarious meme of like Peter, like the Iron Man's daughter in Endgame or something, which he, instead of saying "I love you 3000," she says "I love you 100," and,
Yeah,
and Peter Parker is standing there, and he's like 100. Yeah, it said 3000.
Or one of my favorite ones was
the Bonesaw one.
The Bonesaw one.
Oh my Macho Man.
Or the other one, I'm trying to think of Bully Maguire. They took the bully lines of Tobey Maguire in the Spider-Man 3 and they put him over Luke when he's fucking with Kylo on that planet.
You'll get your rent money when you fix this damn door.
He's like, I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Oh, what's wrong? You gonna cry?
I don't know why, but now my appreciation for that movie, except for the Sandman thing, has gone way up. Like, I love the fact that they were so freaking ballsy as to make evil Peter Parker. All he does is go around and act like basically a douchebag to everybody, which I love so much.
That movie was Iron Man 3 before Iron Man 3.
Absolutely.
It really was. It really was.
Speaking of memes from that, Kiona, I felt better about this. It came up in my Facebook memories. I believe it's like yesterday, because yesterday, a year ago, is when I secured my order for the console. It's that picture of Spider-Man when he's coming in for the Thanksgiving feast in the first movie, and he's like, I had to beat an old lady with a stick to get this. And he's holding the PS5.
The PS5, yeah. That's so funny. I laughed so hard at that when I first saw it too.
It's like, I don't know how you're gonna get this. What's the matter, Parker? Oh, speaking of that Spider-Man meme, one of my favorite ones is when they do the scene from Endgame, and then Carol comes down and she's like, "Hey, Parker, you got some for me?" And it turns to him, "You'll get the gauntlet when you fix this damn door."
Oh, so good.
There's an entire YouTube channel of Peter Parker in other movies, is what I believe the channel's called. And it's awesome.
I just love that. I love the dancing scene, and I love the fact that they actually did it into the Spider-Verse. Yes. Oh my gosh. That is so bad, but it's so hilarious.
The potential of stupid shit that could happen in that third Spider-Man movie is off the charts.
Oh,
The only thing that I'm really sad about with the Raimi movies is that we never got to see Dylan Baker play the Lizard.
And it was supposedly going to happen in the fourth one.
It was going to happen.
And the thing that made me so upset is there's the like a basically confirmed rumor that John Malkovich was going to be the Vulture in that movie.
What?
Oh
Go look it up. Spider-Man 4, supposedly it was going to be the
great.
Lizard and the Vulture, and it was going to be John Malkovich.
Good Lord.
That is the definition of the 90s cartoon Vulture come to life.
It is. It really is.
Oh. And then supposedly if they would have got a fifth movie, they were finally going to have freaking Bruce Campbell be Mysterio.
Oh my God, that would have been perfect.
Like, because there was a rumor going around and like a fan theory that each one of the movies, Bruce Campbell plays somebody else.
Yes.
Like, and he said that was Mysterio as an actor.
Oh.
Experiencing different stuff in Peter's life, and then eventually they were going to have him be Mysterio. I was like, I don't know if that's true, but that would be awesome. And if they had him be Mysterio in Far From Home, I will spontaneously combust if like the other version of Mysterio pops through a portal and it's Bruce Campbell.
Okay, do you guys
Sam
think,
Raimi.
Speaking of which, do you actually think that
Andrew Garfield
and Tobey Maguire, do you think that they're going to be in the next Spider-Man?
I think that there's a high chance. I think you have a better chance of seeing Andrew Garfield than Tobey, because Tobey kind of like fell off the face of the earth.
I would love to see it again, though. I would love to see it again.
The only reason people are even asking Andrew Garfield is because he's in the press right now for a movie called The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
He's denying it up and down.
Well, he has to. Either way.
Yeah.
He's openly said, either way, if I say something, I'm wrong.
That's true.
He's gotten into a situation where you can't say anything. You just need to
you literally can't say anything.
Yeah, but that's the only reason why people are asking him.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what Maguire's even up to. So
no,
he hasn't done much of anything, right?
He will be a genuine surprise. But Garfield, he's been talking too much. He's been talking too much to how should I put this? Like the more he talks and the harder he tries to deny it, the more I believe he's actually going to be in it.
Yeah, and it's like when Willem Dafoe was asked if the Goblin was going to be in that movie, his exact response was like, I think someone should watch a medium or a piece of something before they ask questions about it. And then in the trailer, you hear that guy's laugh going off. He was just like, you're so good.
But, I mean, we know all the villains are coming back, so...
Yep.
That's great. Like, and the best part was, that whole movie started off and absolutely nobody went up to be like, hey, Jamie Foxx, you're going to be in that movie? It's like, no, they just went, hey, we casted Jamie Foxx as Electro. What? And then all of a sudden they're just like, that started the landslide of everyone's going to be there. And then all of a sudden they're like, Alfred Molina. I'm like, okay, y'all need to be careful because you're starting a shitstorm of expectations and then like another thing John Campea said, including that portal scene, it was like, everyone, I'm not going to keep my hopes too high so I don't ruin the movie. And then it said everyone's expectation and it showed the portal scene from Avengers in a screenshot. And it's like, he's not wrong. What I told Mike is I want them to have the balls, the absolute balls of Boulder, like country-sized balls to make Tobey Maguire Uncle Ben and have him only be in Far From Home as a flashback to give the responsibility talk to Holland. And he's never Spider-Man in the movie. So they can say, Tobey was in the movie. You never said what you wanted him to be, but Tobey was in the movie.
That'll take some balls.
No, I'm just thinking of Tobey Maguire and Marissa Tomei as a couple.
How old is Tobey?
In his 40s.
Marissa Tomei's in her 50s, so it's not far off. And that was another thing.
He's 46.
Everyone and their mother went, Marissa Tomei can't play Aunt May. I'm like, why? Because she doesn't look like a great-grandmother? I'm like, believe it or not, it's Aunt May, not Grandma May.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because everyone else who played her looked like it was Peter's great-grandmother doesn't mean, because it's just like... And I love how instantly, like in Civil War, Marissa Tomei had nice straightened, nice hair. She wore a low-cut top, but she was just looking all pretty and makeup up, and then everyone was like, she looks like she's 30. Then the next movie, she's got all scraggled, curly hair, and she's wearing baggier clothes, and it's just like, you could be an aunt and still be attractive, okay?
Seriously.
Exactly.
Seriously. I mean, she doesn't look like she's in her 50s at all.
No. It's like, I get it looks like she could be Peter's mom, but she could also be her aunt. Like, my mom is the youngest of 5 siblings. Her oldest sibling is 16 years older than her. It happens.
Yeah.
I am closest in age to the youngest of my aunts. I'm closest to age to her than she is to my mom.
Holy crap.
Yeah, my mom's family is like she's half Italian, half German, and they were a family of 11.
That makes sense. Then you also get situations where, like, my friend Brad and Skylar in high school, their dad's first mom died in a car accident, got remarried. They have nieces that are older than them. It's just families work weird that way.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know where to go from there. I'm not gonna lie.
I think a good way to end this episode is, just kind of going back to like the general theme of this series is that this is basically our platform to kind of like just shoot the shit, and you guys get to know us as people first and content creators second.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Kiona, it's been especially great to have you back on this one, because it's been a minute since we got to
it has
to just like kind of talk freely.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to say something too to like all my old, like, if you guys are watching this, if they ever watch this, to all my high school classmates and everybody that's been reaching out to me and stuff during the bad times and during the times when I've been like, oh God, why am I even alive? Because I have those moments.
Mm-hmm.
And and who have reached out and who have been like, is everything okay? And they've asked me if everything's all right. And I just want to say thank you to them, because like, I know I'm a drama queen sometimes, and I know this about myself, and sometimes it just comes across like I'm gonna do something and I'm not gonna do something, like, and of course to everybody at Renegade Pop Culture as well, like to Jacob and to Josh and Crystal and everybody who has also been wondering if I'm okay and everything, and to you, Mike, as well, and to you, Brock.
Yep.
Because I know you guys worry about me, and I know that like sometimes it seems like I'm going over the edge, but I won't do that. So I know that sometimes I come across that way, but not to make it all about me, but I'm just saying that it's just that I know that sometimes I can be a drama queen. Let's just put it that way. But I think that it's just knowing that you guys are out there, it makes it all better. So we're doing all right. Everything's okay. My family's okay. And I'm okay. So
good.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, and just keep up the great work, man. You guys are doing awesome. You're doing an awesome job with the site and everything. And I'm keeping an eye on it from afar, and I'm watching the Twitter account, and I still pop in and give my thoughts every once in a while on Twitter. So so we're in good company with everybody. So everything's going well.
With that said, Kiona, where can everyone find you online?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Kiona Tang. You can see it on screen right now. It's at KeonaTang. Sorry. And also at Meltdown with Neo is the Twitter page for the new show that I'm still working on, as we discussed earlier. And also at the Renegade Pop Culture Twitter page as well, which I still use to post occasionally. So that's at Ren Pop Culture.
And Brock?
You can find me everywhere at OrganoidZero. Like I was telling Kiona earlier today, I'm probably going to start streaming Kiona next week.
Nice.
I don't know what else, but then once October hits, I'm going to try my damnedest to go through as many Resident Evil games as I can.
Nice.
So that's going to be basically the whole month outside of playing Donkey Kong still on Wednesdays. Because I'm going to try and keep Wednesdays to old school N64 nights, despite that,
Nice.
God, that camera is going to try and make me not want to do it. But I love that console with all my heart. Just, if any of you saints out there that do remakes, some company wants to go through all the N64 games and just change that camera, you'd make more money than you could even imagine.
All it takes is one change.
All it takes is one change. That's it. The rest of the games are great. There's nothing wrong with them. But and YouTube, where we're in the middle of fresh takes from Neon Genesis. We're going to be getting to the rebuild films, but by the time we get to them, it'll be done. So it's not a big deal because we still have like freaking 24 episodes to post. Freaking Neon. And got other stuff going in the pipe there. Me and Mike have, and again, other people are welcome to jump on it. Kiona, anytime. We have the Marvel After the Credits, which finally got an intro for. We got that logo from Augusto Draws. Another thing I need to talk about more, Augusto Draws redid all of my Twitch stuff. It looks freaking amazing. She made that logo for me and Mike.
Wow.
That girl is great. She is a saint to work with. So simple and will help you with no matter what. I can never say enough nice things about her. Go look her up. It's Augusto Draws on Twitter. And I want to say I found her initially on Reddit, but it'll be easier to find her on Twitter. And even if she can't work with you right away, she'll be more than willing to help you out whenever she can. Never found a nicer individual in my life. Augusto, you're amazing. So yeah, check her out, please.
Very cool.
Outside of that, that's it.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at Captain K42. You can check out all my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. You You can find me in all the various Facebook groups just at my name. You can check out Renegade Pop Culture, as Kiona said, on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. You can look for us on Podchaser, listen to all of our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we. That'll do it for this installment of the Mental Health Checkup. We will catch you guys later. 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 We will catch you guys